If you're walking with infertility, you have a story to tell, and it's powerful and it's important, and somebody else needs to hear it, and more importantly, you need to share it. When you share about something that's so deep and private inside for you and vulnerable, it's scary. However, when you share your story, it breaks the power of secrecy and that darkness inside, and it just opens you up to letting others in. The first time I shared that we were having trouble conceiving, I felt like I had just shouted to the world, "I wear purple underwear." And now everybody who looked at me realized that I was the girl who wore purple underwear. It felt that vulnerable. It felt that revealing. But the amount of people that reached out to me that said, "Hey, me too," or "Hey, I know somebody," or "Hey." And at this point in my life, I knew nobody. I knew nobody who had trouble conceiving. Maybe like distant connections I heard a story about once. Nobody in my world had had trouble conceiving except for us. Without further ado, here's our story. We got married in 2014, and I promptly went on birth control for a year until we were, quote, ready to start our family. We quickly found out that things weren't quite working right and eventually started pursuing fertility treatments, and we did our first IUI in June of 2017. When that didn't work, we upgraded to an IUI with superovulation, meaning that I got to stick needles of hormones into my stomach. We followed that treatment up with a month-long holiday, which turned out to be exactly what we needed, as we found out we were pregnant. We finally got to announce to our families that we were expecting, and there was just as much shrieking as I ever hoped and thought there would be.
Oh my gosh! Are you serious?
My pregnancy was awesome and smooth, and we had our son in April 2018. Fast forward 2 years, and we were ready to expand our family and try again. So we jumped right back to the exact same treatment plan, hormone injections and all. The day of, we were so excited and very ready to be pregnant again. Unfortunately, that IUI, and even the next one, ended in failure. The weekend I found out the treatment failed, our whole country went into lockdown, and I spent every minute of the next couple months treasuring the miracle our son truly was. And the day that nurse called me, I will remember that day forever. I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, ... You might as well have taken my heart, held it up, dropped it, kicked it. Like I just felt so wrecked inside, and I was mad. Oh, I was mad at God, because that was it for us. We were so heartbroken. We thought that IUI with that superovulation, that was how we got pregnant. It worked with our son, and we were like, I walked into that IUI 1000% confident. I very much remember the feeling of seeing somebody holding a newborn and my arms aching, wondering, when is it going to be my turn? I know what it's like to stare at a woman who's very obviously pregnant and wondering, what does that feel like? Will I ever get to feel that? And I have felt it, and it was wonderful. It was incredible. And I long for it again. I want it again. Infertility is an insatiable thirst. It's very hard to quench. It's very hard to deal with. You never stop thinking about it. It can rule every waking moment of every day. Unless you have children, and that helps. It does help to have a child. This past year has been unreal. It starts with telling a story. So if you haven't shared yours, that's a great place to start. You're not alone, and you will survive it.